this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up because both of those help my channel so much, and I thank you in advance for that. And I did lie to you last week. I said I wasn't going to do a Christmas project this Sunday, but guess what? Here is another Christmas project. But I had this in my head and I started working on it and I thought, you know what? We still have time. And these are not hard to make. They're very easy boxes, just decorating it, and you can do this. It is not hard at all. I am using some of my favorite dies for this. And I'll show you those in just a minute, but here is the box, my little Santa box. Isn't he so cute? I did put the little, I'm calling them snowflakes along the side, but they are not snowflakes, they're actually flowers. He is so cute. And how I got this idea was from these little candies here. So I bought these little Reese's peanut butter for my grandkids for Christmas because they love the Reese's. And so I got them for Christmas and I thought, how can I package these? And so that's where this came up. So this is what I'm sharing today. Let me get started with it because I already did all the cut and emboss work on it. I cut all the pieces because I didn't want to take forever to show you each piece, but I'm going to show you what I used and how many I cut for each one. So you know. All right, so the star actually of the show is the Pierced Bloom Dies. So these are all flower dies. I used and leaf dies, but I use them all, and I love this set. It's one of my favorite. It's got all the pierced, they're all pierced flowers and leaves, like I said. But it's so pretty. These pieces are so pretty, and I'm just using pretty much all of these for the face of Santa, except for the beard, which I'm using my layering circles. I'll tell you the size of the one that I'm using in just a minute. And then last but not least, I am using the stocking dies, but I only use the stocking dies for this little holly and berry right here on that one. Because I didn't have any, I didn't want to put a huge holly and berry, so I'm just using this one. But this is a great set. Don't forget the retiring list is out, so if there's anything that you want to get before they go away, you need to grab it right away because it's only while supplies last. And I have that posted on my blog. It's a few posts down, but go and look for that if you want to see the retiring list. And then for the sentiment, I use the Christmas Wishes from the Banner Year, which is another one of my favorite stamp sets because it has everything on here. And I did, if you didn't see my haul, go check out my haul because we got some new sentiment stamps, which I'm so in love with and I can't wait to share. All right, so that is everything that I used. Now these are all the dies that I used for it. Like I said, the holly and berry are from the stocking dies. This is our layering circle, but all of these are what we're using for the Santa face. So on here is what I cut all these pieces here. So there are quite a few pieces, but it's so easy to run these through and it just goes so quickly. All right, so I cut the one leaf off. These are going to be Santa's eyebrows. So that is what I cut the leaf out of. And then I cut the two larger leaves here, which is this one. I cut two of those, and this is his mustache. And then I cut one of these out of Very Vanilla because this is going to be his nose. We are going to use our dauber and add a little bit of Blushing Bride to that for his nose. So that's in Very Vanilla. And then I also did one of these little ones, which is this one right here, the little that cuts two, but I only needed one, so this is Blushing Bride, and that's for his mouth. And then I cut two, ran this through again with the basic black, and these two are for his eyes. And here's the holly and the berries. They're really tiny, but I like that for this one. And then I cut out 6 of these little flowers right here. And those are for the little rim of his hat, like his fur, the fur of his hat. So that is everything that you're going to need to cut, and it goes really quickly. I mean, didn't take me but 10-15 minutes to cut out all these pieces, and I had to run this little flower through 3 times, so it went really pretty quick. So for the box itself, you're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla or whatever color face you want him to have. You can do this darker if you want a black complexion, or whatever complexion that you want that to be the color of your base. So this piece is 7.5 by 6. Then for the hat part, I used Real Red, and this piece is 1 by 8, and then this piece is for the top, it's 1 by 2.5. For the sentiment, I used a piece that's 1/2 by 2.5. So that is everything. Let's get going on the box. The box is super easy. So let's go ahead and score this. So we are going to score first on the 7.5 inch side at 1/2. And this is the thick Very Vanilla, by the way. So it is 1/2, 3, 4, and 6.5. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to score it at 1/2, 1.5, and 5. That's it for your box. Okay, so now for cutting this, I hope you can see this. This is the 1/2 inch top part right here. So that is what's going to fold into our box. That's our 1/2 inch. So we are going to first cut, let me get my other scissors here. We're going to cut off these 4 areas right here. We are going to make our inside flaps ourselves. You see me do this quite a bit. On this one, you're going to go cut down here. This is all on that 1/2 inch side. You are going to cut this about in half, and these are going to be our inside flaps. So I'm cutting in on these here, and again about halfway. These don't have to be perfect because they are inside the box. And then we're going to cut this so it folds into the box a lot easier. Now we're going to cut off this piece here. I'm going to cut it at an angle because that's going to be our glue tab. And then you're going to cut the bottoms up. And I'm just going to cut these in like that. So this is what it's going to look like. I know it's so bright in here today. It's kind of dull outside, so I turned on my extra light. So I hope you can see this good. All right, so let's put this together. I'm going to sharpen all these. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to put tear and tape on our glue tab right here. And whenever I'm giving something, I always like to use the tear and tape. I know a lot of times in the video I don't always use tear and tape, or I'll use the wet glue. Either way, something that's going to be really strong to keep it together. And then we're just going to line this up. And then this part, these two are going to fold in, and this is our front, so this is going to go back. So I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus for this. This will hold really good too. It's really strong. I have a little overhang here. You know how I am about that. I hate it. I got it on both sides. You can cut those, by the way. You can cut those in some, and I've been doing that, but I forgot to do that on this box. So I love the thick Very Vanilla. I love that we have thick Whisper White and Very Vanilla because it makes such a nice sturdy box. All right, so let's go ahead and we are going to get all our pieces here that we are going to, we first need to put on his hat. So what I did here is I just went around here. I just started on the side because I didn't want there to be, you know, a seam in the front. So just go around the side, and I just pinch this as I go around. No need to have to measure. And I'll reinforce this. I usually do it with my bone folder. And just reinforce those and make sure that they're nice and straight too. Alright, so we are going to use wet glue for this. So I'm going to start here. I haven't used my wet glue in a few days. It looks like it's clogged up, so let me get that unplugged. Alright, there we go. Let me pull this back. I love this idea of the rubber band, but I am so bad about it. I either forget to do it, or I don't do it, or it pulls off like that. But all right, so we are going to start on the side here. I'm going to wrap this around. Make sure you get it all the way to the top edge there. And then this one I'm going to tuck under here. This is why I use the wet glue, so I can lift it back up. I'm going to make sure I got that to the top. And then I'll put a little bit more on here. And just glue that down. All right, and then we're going to do the top piece too. This is still not wanting to come out like it normally does. Okay, I'm just switching to my other big glue thing because that one didn't want to come out very good. I'm going to place that on top. And there is his little hat. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring up my trimmer really quick, and we are going to trim down this piece right here that is our beard. And you're going to cut about 7/8 inches off of that. And just go straight across so you have a piece that looks like that. All right, so this is his beard. And I like to lay everything out before I glue it so that everything's in the right place. So his mouth will be on here underneath. The two leaves this is going to be his mouth. These are going to go like that. And then his eyes. And we are going to use these two. You do have to cut them apart, and these are going to be his eyebrows, these two little leaves. So these are going to be his eyebrows here, like that. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces on. Make sure you have the stitching up the right way. So that's his mouth, and then we're going to put his nose, his mustache on. So this is why I use wet glue, so you can move it where it needs to be. And you want to cover that top edge that you actually cut. Right there. And then this is going to go on here. Now we want to bring in some blushing bride here, and I'm going to use my little sponge dauber and just give it a little bit around the edges on this piece that's the very vanilla. Just to give him a little bit of pink on his nose. Just like that. You can see that. And this is going to be his nose. So I'm going to go ahead and glue his nose on to the back. And just do it this way so you can see how far it peeks up over his mustache. and that it's centered there. All right, now next I'm keeping the Blushing Bride out because you need to know where this beard's gonna be. I like it to be right to the end there. So now we know where the Santa's beard is. We are going to add some Blushing Bride for his cheeks. So what I usually do is I just marked right here where his cheeks are gonna go, or where his beard is gonna go. I want to line this up to the bottom. And then I'm gonna do some Blushing Bride here, but dab some off because you don't want it too dark. And then just give him his cheeks there. And you won't see your line because you're going to be putting this over the top there. So I'm going to make it a little bit taller. Alright, so that's going to be his little cheeks. You can do it as much as you want or as little as you want, but that's what I'm doing right there. So I'm just going to lay it there, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue his eyes on. Make sure again the stitching is where you want it. It's going the right way. And then we're going to put his eyebrows on, and then we'll glue his beard on. So I'm gluing it over the top because you know he has big bushy eyebrows. So it's going a little bit over his eyes, just like that. And then I know I got everything where I want it. We are going to take his beard and his nose, and we are going to glue this all to the box. And again, I'm lining up those lines that I just drew on there. So there he is, he's coming alive. I love this part of it when he starts. Now I'm just going to put like glue all the way across here because we're going to do our little flowers here that are going to be like the snowflakes on his hat. Well, it's going to be like the fur. I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on here because I want these to stay. I'm only going to do it on the front on this one. I carried it around to the sides on the other one. You can do it all the way around if you want. It depends how many you want to cut of these. These are all going on here. You don't want them to overlap, but you want them to be kind of close. I'm going to put one on this side so I know where to space my last two. Again, I'm going to add a little bit more here. I did cut a couple extra, I guess. I have 2 extra. But I'm not going to put them on because then I'd have to cut 2 more for the other sides. So we're going to just leave it like that. But look how cute he's looking. All right, now we are going to do our sentiment. So I'm going to grab my piece for my sentiment. I'm going to use the Christmas Wishes again. Stamp it in Memento Black. You can put whatever sentiments you like. But I love this one. And I'm going to glue this on the top. There. And then we're going to put on our little hollies here. A little holly and our berries. These are so little, these berries. They're so cute though. But they are very small. Just like that, and he is all done. I'm telling you, once you get all your pieces cut, I actually cut all these pieces at one time, and it goes really fast. So there you have it. Then you're just ready to fill it with some little candies, which I'm going to go ahead and do. It fit about, I think it fit like 4. Oops. 4 or 5. Let's see. Oh, it fits more than that. It fits about 6. You may be able to squish one more in there too, but there you go. He's all done. Here's the other one. Aren't they cute? I hope you enjoy them, everyone. It's really fun, and you have plenty of time to get these done. Now, I promise you, next week we are not having any more Christmas because I have so much stuff to share with you. Go check out my haul to see all the new stuff that I got. There's so much more, too, that I didn't even get, but we're going to start making some cute projects with those in the coming weeks. Have a blessed one, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.